Oh, thanks. All right, how's everybody doing? This is Chris Featherstone with my guy JTG. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I'm doing wonderful. So this is crazy. This is some crazy news going on today. That's been going on, and probably one of the most buzzing topics of all of professional wrestling right now, and it's not a good thing, not at all. Unfortunately,
Yeah. I had my boy Jay Lethal trending number one.
Yeah.
When I went on Twitter and I saw Jay, I like to check what's trending, what's going on. I saw his name. I'm like, oh. At first, I'm thinking something negative. I'm like, oh gosh, what happened to my? And then I got into the comments and I saw why he was trending. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And
I was with you for a minute, and then you went a little sideways on the track.
Right. You know, it's so funny because I was having the same conversation with people because a lot of people were messaging me, and you know, it's so funny. I was actually inspired by a boy of mine, a good friend of mine. He was like, you know what, do something about it. Please go live. Do something about this, Chris. I was like, all right. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Not only will I do something about it, I'm gonna call JTG, and so that's what I did. Called you, and yeah, you availed yourself, man. We gotta discuss this thing, man, and yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we'll get into it. All right. So for those who don't know, what's going on, everybody who is on right now, I'm on live both YouTube and Facebook right now simultaneously. So for those who don't know, I'll go ahead and pull up some tweets and everything. Okay, so here's the tweet, and this is where it started. Right here.
Mike gonna be able to see you too?
Yep, you should be. You
okay,
see right there.
There we go.
So there's the tweet right there, and it says they'll regret making this. And
that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the one right there. Yeah.
Are we just gonna go? We gonna talk about it later, or you can talk as we show.
Chime in now, man. Let's start with this.
I feel where he's coming from. I understand that you're upset. The black face on the shirt. I definitely see where he's frustrated.
Yeah.
But you got with a company like WWE, you got to be very strategic on how you do this. It's chess. You have to play the game right. I wrote a book about playing the game.
You wrote two of them. Yeah.
I didn't mean to plug my book in there, but yeah, it's subtitled "How to Play the Game."
Yes.
And this wasn't a smart move. He did something right. The only thing I give him right for was hashtagging for the culture, because now he has, a certain demographic behind him, but at the same time, it still needed to be a little bit more strategic.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to bring up a blackface. Actually, let's see. This is what this is what he was referring to. That's the blackface. That's many of us would know. It is a symbol. It is a very negative symbol. It's a very racist symbol of cartoons. A lot of acting too. A lot of whites would become black characters and have that type of look. And it was
actually not too long ago I watched a documentary on YouTube about blackface, and I really wanted to know the history about it and really understand why it was so offensive.
Yeah.
And the documentary, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it did a good job explaining it, how they actually took jobs. Like, they didn't want to hire black actors. They didn't want to give them the exposure and the money. So they had white actors pretend to be black characters, and they did it in the most stereotypical and offensive way they can.
Yep.
And that's why today it's still very negative. And with some companies, they try to do it on the sneak. You know, they see if they could get away with it. You know, I believe that people in the dominant society, or I would say on the low, racists, they try to see if they could get away with it, and it's kind of a thing amongst themselves. Like, look what we did. You know, wink, wink.
I'm gonna see if my camera went out again. Let me. All right. So let's actually go through that. This is from the History Channel. It's from the History Channel. So this is a blackface performer, Dan Bryant, circa 1850. So, as I was saying, as Jay was saying, this is a white male dressed painted in blackface. So basically, there's the red lips, and basically the history. It says a portrayal of blackface. Let me enlarge this real quick. Hold on a second. Let me enlarge this. All right, so the portrayal of blackface when people darken their skin in shoe polish, grease paint or burnt cork and paint on enlarged lips and other exaggerated features is steeped into centuries of racism. It peaked in popularity during an era in the United States when demands for civil rights by recently emancipated slaves triggered racial hostility. And today, because of blackface's historic use to denigrate people of African descent and its continued use, is considered racist. So for those who don't know the history of blackface, there you go. There's the history of blackface.
And also for your Caucasian listeners, you know, who always have to find the opposite. Like, why was it okay for the Wayans brothers to do white girls? It's like, because we don't have a history of offending white people. True. With whiteface. Yes. All right, so that's why.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. So basically, so Jordan he just went in, and let's even go further down. He even went further down here. He said, why did they even bother? He said, because they are blind and stuck in their ways. Let me enlarge this too. Actually, no.
Yeah, let me see. I didn't see this tweet.
Okay. Yeah, he actually responded to a tweet. Actually, wait. Let me see what I did with this again. Let me remove this real quick. Let me get that back again. That was on, I believe it was yesterday, the 27th. He actually responded to a tweet. He actually responded in the same tweet. Here it is. Okay, so they're regret making this. Actually, hold on a second. Let me pull it up real quick.
And while you're pulling that up, you know, I met Jordan Myles, WrestleMania weekend. You know, I was able to hang out with him a lot, and he was very passionate and very happy to be signed with WWE, to be down in developmental. And with NXT, I'm like, this guy was ecstatic. I don't know if anybody watched his. I saw some clips. I didn't watch the whole thing about his a documentary about him. You know, his path to NXT. I don't know if you saw that, Chris.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
So you could tell, like, I think he's really hurt. Like I said in my book, is like when you watch a magic show and you see all that, it looks, the tricks are beautiful, the illusion is like, oh my gosh, how did they do that? And then when you get behind the scenes and you see how the system really is, you can become very disheartened, you're disappointed, and then you get mad. You get upset, and he's going through that rage right now. It's like his dreams has been like
crushed.
Has been crushed, you know. And even in the entertainment industry, not just professional wrestling. If you want to be an actor, like I'm here in Hollywood, is not exactly what you think it is. You're gonna have to go through it. You know?
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you're passionate about something, you can't. It's just entertainment. It's not just the wrestling business; it's the entertainment industry in general.
Yeah, and you would know that too because you're in the entertainment business as well now. I recently saw you in a commercial. I forgot what commercial it was, but
Was it Geico?
It might have been Geico. I texted you right after it was. I was like,
I jumped through a wedding cake.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was Geico.
That was funny. So here's the response to the tweet. Because they are blind and stuck in their ways, they don't see the disrespect in producing a design that screams racism against African Americans. They have been blinded for years and they need a reprogramming because they are ignorant. So that's but okay, so here's I'm gonna push back on this for a second and let me know what you think. So based on what you just said, which I agree, the whole journey to NXT and things like that, and knowing that he's legit hurt, knowing that this was a dream of his, I actually talked to him. From my experience, he's been a nice guy. I actually talked to him at the end. I did some media for an ROH show back a few years back, and I was just doing some interviews and caught up with him at the end of the show, and we talked for a while. He was, he's real cool dude with me, but you can tell that he's really hurt from this experience. And but so here's my pushback, and let me know what you think about this. So if they are blind and stuck in their ways, is this something new? Like, did he not know this?
You knew this getting in. You know what time it is when you get when you sign that contract.
Exactly.
Like, if I was to go back to WWE right now and sign a contract with them, I know what time it is. I know what to expect. It's like, I'm doing. I mean, I love the business. And now that I'm older, because I've done something like this in the past, but I was very more strategic than he was. And I don't know if you remember that where I had some issues with Triple H, and I exhausted on my chances to speak with him. I was trying to speak with him all day, and he kept ignoring me, and I was very persistent, and then it became annoying me trying to get in contact with him. And then that's when I went to Twitter, and then that's when I got his attention, and then we settled our we professionally settled our my dispute.
So so there's more.
In this business, I don't know if you know this, my mentor always told me less is more.
Yes. There's more. Like he's going off, man. I didn't even know that. Oh my goodness. Like I didn't even know that there was more. Like there's a lot more.
And out of the ring. If anybody listening who wants to get into the wrestling business, if you want to be a wrestler, manager, referee, always remember, less is more.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go through this. There's more. There's a lot more than I thought. So he deleted a tweet about Jay Lethal. He says that actually, let's even go back because there's one on the
I saw the one with Jay Lethal. That disappointed me because
I agree.
Your hashtag is for the culture.
Yes. Indeed.
And you can't someone like Jay Lethal, you can't disrespect him when he's part of the culture.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. His tweet was I don't use profanity, so FROH2, the only allowed one African American to be quote top guy, while guys like Cedric Alexander, TD, Malcolm Valley, and myself had to chase this visible carrot a stick. Name one African American who was reached great heights other than this Uncle Tom. And it was a picture of Jay Lethal.
Okay.
And I'm
there's so many. He could have got that same point across without saying ROH. Without saying Jay Lethal's name, but if he was going to go that route, I would have definitely wouldn't have went that route. I would have kept the spotlight on the shirt.
Yes.
It's like he's going too many places now. You have too many. If you're gonna attack an ant with a magnifying glass, you keep the magnifying glass on that one ant and not try to get all the ants. There's one you got one issue. Let's keep the magnifying glass on that ant.
Yes, I 100% agree. So yeah, so for those who didn't see the tweet, it was deleted, but there's the deleted version of the tweet right there.
And then you can't, and when you delete, you have to, you guys gotta be balls to the wall. If you said what you said, it's never on social media. Nothing's ever deleted.
No.
And so it makes you look a certain type of way, like you have mental issues now. Like you're going back and forth with. Once you put it out there, you have to be set in that. If you change your mind, say, you know what, I didn't delete the tweet, but I was going through something at that particular moment. Because right now we're not people who are following you, who's with you on this movement. You have to know exactly where you're going. Yes. And you can't deleting tweets. Those tweets that I put up about WWE is still up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so there's more. Actually, we'll go through this and then we'll take a few questions at the end here. So people saying poor soul. So basically, for those who don't know, WWE sent a statement out and said that he had to approves all of his designs. So I don't know how true that is.
Well, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. I think the talent do approve their design, but when the designer tells you still there, Chris?
Go ahead. You said that. I'm sorry, my camera went out again. You said that.
Yeah, when the designer tells you something like, "This is what Triple H likes. This is what he wants," you don't want to really ruffle any feathers. You see where I'm coming from? Especially if you're in NXT, right?
Makes sense.
And you see, like, if I give you an example, when I was down in OVW, Paul Heyman, this is my first. I wasn't even on TV yet. They was like saying they were having like, we want to put you with Shad. We're gonna make you guys a tag team. And I got the perfect name for you. And my name was JTG. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with JTG? And Paul Heyman now, he's talking to me, looking me in my eyes. I got the perfect name for you. Your name is gonna be Neighborhoody. How do you like it? You're kind of like, I love it.
You're right.
You're gonna say no? It's like, this is your opportunity. This is my break. I've been sitting on the stands for months. This is my big Neighborhoody. It is.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I had the opportunity to change it back to JTG, I did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to play the game.
Yeah, play the game, as Triple H would say.
But with the shirt, there's no way I would have approved that though.
Yeah,
it's like I understand Triple H likes it, but coming from a person with my background, this is highly offensive, and I don't want to I want to put it on the company. Not like me. I don't want to get the company in trouble and give the company any negative publicity.
Yep.
So for the sake of the company, I understand Triple H likes it, but there will be some backlash from the public on the public, and I don't want that to leave a black eye on the company.
Yeah.
You're looking out for the best. You can't put it on yourself. You got to say, I'm looking out for the best interest of the company.
Yeah. And that makes sense because my undergrad's in PR, and that makes sense to me from a PR standpoint to not want to put. I mean, look at, like, for instance, he could have even brought back the Moolah joint, right? The change in the Battle Royal was the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal.
There you go.
But because of all of the negative flack and publicity that came with Moolah, people boycotted and they changed it. He could even use that. I don't want to bring any negative publicity like Moolah, and it was a really a dark, a black spot, even leading before Mania, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to give that to you. I don't want to do that to you. It's offensive to me, and it's offensive to my culture. You know what I mean? Instead of tweeting it, he could have told Triple H that, because obviously it seems as if now. Okay, so here's my question to you. I don't know this.
and I don't know the whole story, but like behind the scenes. But if Triple H was saying no, I understand that. But no, I really like this design. Like he really pursued it, and then it's like, now y'all trying to play me. Then he could go forward.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have done it the way he did. I'm like, I just want everybody to know that this shirt is coming out. I don't approve of it. For my own personal reasons, and I would have left it in the air. Like, why doesn't he like this shirt?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have like gone out the way and say it's similar to blackface. People would have got it on their own. Sometimes it's better left to let people figure it out.
That's true. Very true. Yeah.
Again, it's strategy. You have to
strategy.
You have to be strategic.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this: is from your experience, is Triple H? Do you think Triple H was completely unaware of this history and generally liked the design, or was he familiar and still just wanted to brush it under the rug?
Here's my honest opinion. When he saw the shirt, he was probably I think Triple H has a lot of stuff going on. He runs NXT. He has a bunch of stuff going on, and like Jordan Myles is not on the top of his priority list. Let's like be honest. Okay. He saw his shirt and he was like, "Oh, he smiles. Yeah, what's wrong with it? Whatever. Yeah." So he didn't or it could be the other way. Like, I don't want to say that he's suspected white supremacist. I'm not going to say that. That he's a suspect, supremacist. But I thought he saw the shirt. He saw, oh, this kid, he smiles. Yeah, it's cool, whatever. And I was looking at the other shirts. They're all simple and bland. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I saw the other shirts too. They were.
But if he did send him a email, if he comes out with an email saying that this shirt is offensive, here's why. And I think here's another design that I have in mind because this shirt is very offensive. Yeah. And he said, I like this shirt and blah, blah. Then I could see where he's coming from. But
yeah. Makes sense. But this is what we get instead. We, oh God.
What I'm hoping is this is a cool ass storyline that if Jordan Myles takes this whole situation and make it into a new nation, gimmick for the culture. Yeah. That would be pretty cool, but I don't know. I think this is legit. I
think it's legit too, but I like
Paul Heyman is still in charge of
Raw.
Raw, right? He's still the head. This is a perfect opportunity to take this and go that direction.
Yeah, and Heyman would do something like that too. Yeah,
because this is the perfect time for a nation gimmick, a modern day. I think they tried to do that with the New Day, but
it didn't work.
They went the right route with where they went.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely ripe for the picking when it comes to a new nation. Call it for the culture. Perfect, real life
FTC.
Yeah, FTC, exactly. And this would be perfect. I mean, this is the way.
Jordan Myles, Cryme Tyme.
There you go. FTC.
Hey, before him we get a whiff of this. Hey, I'm throwing you gold here.
Yes. I like it. FTC. Back. Yeah.
Not bad for the culture.
Now y'all would have to come back in suits and just kind of far away from Cryme Tyme and kind of a whole different type of feel if y'all came back as FTC, but I think it'll work though.
Oh, definitely work. The ratings will phew.
Yes, definitely up the roof. And Raw is in need of an injection for sure, and so I think that would work. So let's just go through a few of these.
Somebody send this link to Heyman if he's,
Yeah, yes, send it to Heyman. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of reports on this. So I'll make it newsworthy. I'll write about it. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I'll read a few more tweets before we go to some questions.
Less is more.
Yeah. The hashtag Ask JTG. So I'll go ahead and write your questions as I read a few of these tweets. Okay, so because after the So he said, "Oh goodness!" So he asked for a. Okay, so he wants everybody to protest. So okay, let me let me. Okay. So here's another one here. He says, "Protest by turning your photos black and white on Twitter. Use the hashtag for the."
Oh my gosh.
I did not see this. I did not. Oh, wow.
This was not a terrorist attack.
Right, man. Yeah, it's like, oh goodness. Like it just is getting worse and worse. Like he's really trying to start some type of revolution.
Storyline.
Yeah,
Like
well,
he's really
hopefully it's a
trying to start some
storyline.
type of
Hopefully,
storyline.
but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's legit for sure. Um, so let me find a few more. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so he answers the original design question. Question was, so is it true you approved the T-shirt he objects to? Any response from Myles on his new info? He says, when I originally saw the design, I was uncomfortable. Rather than addressing the issue, I decided to counter offer with another. Baker London lied to my face. He said Triple H wanted this design, so my hands were tied. I spoke with Triple H in person, and his impression was I approved.
See, now there's a miscommunication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm hoping that's now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's a miscommunication.
But I agree with you though, as far as like it probably wasn't high on the priority list of Triple H. So he probably
you know what's talent he's accounted for is like,
right.
You know, even when I was there, that was told to my face. It was not from Triple H, but my the guy John Laurinaitis, head of talent relations. He's like, hey, I love you guys, Cryme Tyme. You guys are over with the fans, but I have, we had some issues, and he was honest. He was like, and I love that about when John Laurinaitis was on top of talent relations.
Yeah,
he would say, you're not on the top of my priority list. I have this talent is not getting business class or first class. I have to deal with that, and I will get to you, but you're not a priority right now. And I could respect and understand that when you straightforward. But if you keep on telling talent, oh, I'm gonna get to you. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna get to you. No problem. And you just keep completely blatantly ignore them, and that's when talent feels slighted.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so this is the last one before we get to some questions. He said, the whole WWE system is fraud. All caps. They created this system where you can't trust anyone. You grow cold and you grow apart from what you love the most. The fact that Hulk Hogan is still employed after giving the locker room an apology for being caught says enough. Hashtag for the culture. That was 7:51 in the morning today, actually.
He woke up early to post that.
Yeah, 7:51 in the morning. Woke up early just to post that.
This is, I'm just saying, Paul Heyman is the perfect story.
It is. You're right about that, man.
You see Hulk Hogan cutting a promo, and then the lights go dark, and
and he's laid out,
laid out with three brothers with dead president face face paint on, standing over him. Lights go off, and they're gone. I'm just saying.
Yep. It's in the making, man. It's in the making. I think you might as well.
We gotta spend this somehow. Come on, Heyman. Somebody send him the plate.
Yeah, I agree. You got to spend it. I agree with you, man. You got to spend this because he's starting like this is a dream of his, and he's continuing to bury himself.
He's just hurt right now.
He's hurt. Exactly.
Yeah. You just got to be able to, as a man, grow up. Just as a man growing up, you're gonna have to learn how to control your emotions, and that's something I had to learn to do. When you're mad and upset at the time, you got to take a deep breath, step back, look at the whole situation, and say, and just reevaluate the whole situation and think long term. Because right now he's thinking short term, and you possibly blackballed yourself from WWE, ROH. Yeah. And if you love professional wrestling, you want to be able to
keep your options.
You don't want to burn any bridges. In any business, entertainment, you don't want to burn any bridges. You know.
I agree, and plus he's and plus as amazing he is in the ring, he's still very low on the totem pole when it comes to talent. You know what I mean? As far as when it
And
comes to
that's also because he's very talented.
They're
He
very
looks great.
talented.
He looks great. I don't know too much about his mic skills, but he looks great. He's very talented in the ring, and he's probably saying to himself, what's going on? He became very disgruntled, probably on NXT roster. They're probably not using him as much. Am I correct?
No, he had a title match. He won like a tournament. He had a title match against Adam Cole. Lost
it
that.
was up,
So
and then it started going down.
Yeah.
And that's the wrestling business. 1 minute you're on top, and then you're gonna go down, and then you're gonna go back up. It's a roller coaster.
Right.
And and during those waves, you got to be able to be professional enough, be a man, control your emotions, and just wait your turn.
Yep.
If you do get your turn, if you don't get your turn,
you're getting your money, man.
get your money and get your name up there. Give you a perfect Zack Ryder. Man, he was on top of the world, and then they brought him down. They brought him down more. I don't know. And then he keeps getting his moments, and they bring him back down. But he's still there. What's his hashtag? I'm still here.
Still here. Yeah.
Still here.
And you brought a good point. The moment where he felt like he was talking about how he really lobbied to have that Intercontinental title moment. When he won the ladder match at WrestleMania, I think he lost the next night. But it was still his moment.
He had his moment.
Yeah, the match this past year when he won the tag team titles with Kurt Hawkins.
Another moment.
Another moment.
You just got those. You go through so much crap, but it'd be those one moments that say, it was worth it.
Exactly. Yep.
And you have to remain professional. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and say, you know what, I'm angry right now. Let me not do any. Let me not react. That's the perfect word. You don't want to react in this business. You want to respond.
Yeah, that's good.
You never want to react, even as a man in general. You never want to react to anybody's negative energy or behavior.
Yeah,
you want to respond.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so just a few questions here. Lexi is asking, thank you for coming on. Do you believe that WWE has shown a pattern of black culture disrespect with angles such as Triple H versus Booker, the New Day gimmick, and the current story with Lashley and Lana? Oh, he'll be back on. I think he accidentally pushed the button. There he is.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Okay. Do I believe WWE have shown a pattern of black disrespect with angles such as? Good question. I don't think the New Day gimmick was disrespectful because that was all of them. That was them themselves, and WWE gave them a platform, and it worked. Lashley and Lana. I don't see how that could be disrespectful to Lashley. I don't follow. All I've seen is memes and pictures. I think if they might have disrespected Rusev, if anything, that's his wife in real.
Man, yeah.
And that he might be gritting his teeth, but he's being professional.
Yeah. Oof.
Accordingly. If anything, I'm sorry. It would be Triple H versus Booker T was that they pushed the envelope on that one. That they were doing that on purpose to pull the emotional strings of African Americans. At the time I was a fan, and I believe I was definitely offended when Booker T lost. If they did all of that and Booker T won, it would all made sense. Like, yes. Okay, but he lost.
Yeah. Especially the Raw segment, when he was just really kind of escalating him.
Ooh, he's as looking at it now as an entertainer and a storyteller. Those are perfect pieces to the puzzle. If he would have won,
exactly.
But that's my opinion.
I agree.
Did I answer the question?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Hezekiah says, do you guys feel that he was in the right when it comes up to bringing up ROH and Jay Lethal? In my opinion, came off as a weird addition to the discussion and watered down Jordan's issue he was trying to bring light to. Yeah.
Yes, it definitely did water. Like we spoke on that, it definitely did water down his issue, and he he started magnifying too many ants.
Yes, absolutely. Ian's asking, is there something that may be going on behind the scenes with Lethal that none of us know about that made him go off too?
Did Jay Lethal go off?
Let me check. I don't know. I have no clue. So he deleted. No, I mean I see tweets from September 20th. Yeah, I don't know, because I know that he deleted. Jordan Myles deleted it. His, yeah, I don't see anything on. Yeah, I don't see anything on Jay Lethal, and which makes sense too. I don't think that he would have kind of gotten that quicksand, as far as I know. He's got tweets from last tweet was like a month ago, so I don't know anything about that. So it says, yeah. Let's see if any other questions. There's a bunch of good comments on here. Let's see. Very solid way to bring the nation back, Hezekiah says.
That's right.
FTC. Yes. Let me look for some more.
FTC with the Wakanda pose. Ooh,
there you go. There you go. Paul Heyman, if you see it, do it. The leader says, I don't want to see WWE make money off of being a semi-racist company or whatever they are. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't want to see WWE make money off of being semi-racist. Semi is either you're racist or you're not. I don't know if there's
exactly.
in between.
Yeah. Demetrius says it's a jacked up situation. Hopefully ACH isn't crushed over it. Well, it seems like he is. It seems like this is, and there's a lot of, and I'm in the mental health industry, and a lot of people have used social media as a form of like a cathartic mechanism. And it shouldn't be. I mean, it should not be. You should not use social media as
when you're angry.
Some type of counseling session or some type of way to reach out. No, you don't do that. You don't. I don't friends for that.
Especially for a man, you don't use it to vent. You don't use it when you're angry.
No.
Yeah. Some use it to send like subliminal messages.
Yeah.
To their loved ones. Like just be direct.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Jamie says, look how racial the Mexicools was. Or, do you think they were racist? You think that was the
Mexicools?
Yeah, Mexicools.
You see, with the WWE, they love taking stereotypes and making fun of it. And also, put like with Cryme Tyme, they did it with us. We took negative stereotypes, we made fun of it, and we used it to get the crowd involved. Especially like we had the Robin Hood gimmick. The stereotypes of because of on the news that of African Americans were high. They were high in the what's the word I want to use? Crime rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we took that negative stereotype and we used it to the fans, for the fans. Like we would steal and then we would sell it to the audience. It was never for our own, financial gain, and we had to do it with a smile on our face.
Yeah.
And we got some, like I repeat this a lot for people who didn't hear me say this before. We got a lot of our ideas and we twisted it from In Living Color. The Homeboy Shopping Network, with the Wayans brothers. A lot of the stuff we got from Players Club. That's where we got our catchphrase from, Bernie Mac. Money, money. Yeah. He said it when he saw, when Luke was in the club. He's like, Luke is in the club. He pushed the button. And he started singing money, money. And, and we added our own little melody and twist.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, WWE's done that a bunch of times. I mean,
and it'll be racist if they only did it with African Americans. But when you take stereotypes from all spectrums of cultures and ethnicities, it's kind of like they just,
Samba Simba, racist or no?
If they got a real African, it would have been. Like Tony Allen's put on this. It's like,
Akeem, racist or no?
Hakeem?
Yeah, Akeem. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One Man Gang.
Well, he didn't wear blackface.
No, he didn't. That's true. And he had an awesome dance.
Yeah.
I liked Akeem, man. I think it was, he was a heel, so I didn't like him. But in retrospect, he was with Slick. You know what I mean? If that made it different. Yeah. Yeah. And the song is the greatest, one of the greatest of all time. Josh so pro. Loved it. Tom says, does the fact that ACH seems to be working an angle detract from the initial issue of the shirt? Has he reversed the spotlight to the point that is now shining a bad light on him? That's a good point.
Yes, I agree with that. I was with them on the shirt, and the movement for the culture. Reputation. What did he say? I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. Representation matters, which is true. But now it's like, what does that have to do with Jay Lethal? Represent. You gotta stick to the topic at hand.
Yeah. You messing up your angle too, man. Don't bring it. You had FTC ready to go. You had the gimmick. You bring it back. Chat and JTG, 3-man army, man. And you go ROH, man. You can't do that.
Like what? Yeah. Unless we bring Jay Lethal in too.
Hey, 4-man. Hey, 4-man.
No matter how you spin it, Chris, we can still pull this off.
That's right.
You get a good 2-year run on this.
I like it. Demetrius says, look, a global company has to have people that cover branding. The design sucks, and you got to catch the potential of that and not release that shirt. It's a bad look. They got to sit down behind doors and hash it out. If they keep putting out stuff to save face, it's going to keep digging a hole. Then they're just going to bury ACH in it. I think he's already going to be buried. Unfortunately, I think that he already kind of dug his own grave when it comes to that at this point.
Unless they have a meeting, they talk over their differences and they say, there was a miscommunication. Both parties listen and understand and respond to each other. And they say, how can we spin this?
That's right.
And Paul Heyman sees this and he says, FTC.
Yes. Oh, I like it, man. Hey, you should start tweeting that. You should start
pushing for it. I got a lot of dates in 2020, but I'll cancel them for FTC running.
Hey, push this video, tweet this, put it on your on social media. You're coming back for FTC, man. Absolutely. I'll take a few more. Let's see. Gabriel said,
we got 6. Yeah, this is 8:54. Yeah, I'll be till 9 o'clock. So we got 6 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. How was the CLW show that was on the 5th? I wanted to go, but unfortunately I couldn't make it.
CLW. Oh, it was amazing. I had so much fun. The show was in Pomona. I can't remember exactly the name of the tag team, but they were great to work with. It was we wanted to put them over and make them look good, and they stepped up to the plate and they delivered.
Nice. The leader says, why is it almost all the black wrestlers in WWE either dancing, goofy, or a stereotype like Street Profits?
And Cryme Tyme.
Yeah.
You see,
well, the Street Profits are like that too. The current team that was NXT Tag Champions and went up to the Raw roster now.
You see, here's my thing with African American talent. Even in entertainment industry, we're known for having soul. We're known for being, live and, and being hype and what's the word, lit. The kids are using. We're known for that. Yeah, I have to say a majority. I mean, a majority of the black talent have done. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. But it's all change with FTC though.
with FTC.
Everything's gonna spin right back to FTC. I was asking, is Cryme Tyme making a return anytime soon to WWE or AEW? No, FTC is.
Exactly, Chris, and you answered it for me.
Hezekiah says, do you ever look back and regret Cryme Tyme?
Absolutely not. I don't regret Cryme Tyme. You know, that was a part of my past. And when Shad and I did the gimmick at that time, you know, it wasn't like how the environment is today, where everybody's very sensitive. You know, we did offend some people, but we did it in comedy. It was It was completely satire. It was a parody. And the gimmick, our personalities were. It was us. Shad and I were two young men from Brooklyn, New York, and we had a platform to express ourselves with the volume turned all the way up to 100. Yeah. I was able to take characters and characteristics from mainstream artists that I loved at the time, that 50 Cent, Nelly, Soulja Boy. A lot of people ask me, where you get the Yo-Yo Shade ideas from? It was from, Soulja Boy was hot at the time. He had Soulja Boy. It was like whiteout on his shades, and I did it with Yo-Yo-Yo. So I just picked and choose what was hot at the time, and I came up with the JTG character.
Yeah. All right, a couple more questions. Where's the comment? Hashtag Jabari saying hashtag JTG FTC. Let's go.
That's right.
Hey, yo.
I don't have a free hand, but it'll be the other one hand crossed over.
Oh, I love it. JTG FTC. All right, we'll close there. Just any closing thoughts you have before we head out?
For Jordan Myles, if he gets a chance to watch this, you're gonna have to. You're very talented, so I don't want to see your talent go to waste. And if you have opportunity, pick up my second book. Dan, why did I write this book? How to Play the Game, because I feel your frustration, and it's never good to react, but to respond and think long term. And I hope that there's something positive out of this negative situation comes out of this. Something positive comes out of it for you, or for all of us.
Absolutely. Well, something's positive going to come out for you. That's for sure. We didn't start a revolution for sure on this.
How is Jordan Myles on the mic, by the way? Has he gotten it?
Yeah, not very good. Yeah, it's okay. He has not really good mic skills. But at the same time, how about y'all bring back Abraham Washington to be y'all's stick man?
Ooh, Chris, we on to something here. We are on to something here.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, so it don't matter if he's good on the mic or not. You'll have.
Yeah, we got Abe on the mic. You got the two big men, Shad and JTG, and you got Jordan Myles.
Yep, there it is for the culture. So
the culture.
Paul Heyman, if you're seeing this, I'm sure this is spread out. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of reports about this and stuff like that. So there you go.
I gotta do it one time. I gotta do it one time before we get out of here, because it's for the culture.
Yes, there it is, right there for the culture.
There you go. Right there. And that's not for DX. That is not for DX. You guys have a good one, man. Thanks for joining the stream.
You too, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.